Shalom, Pink Meadows. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Jamal. How you doing? Shalom to you. We're just going to give it a little more time for people to come in, and we're going to talk about um, New York calling for a state of an emergency. And wow. And this just proves further what I have said to you before is these folks do not know how to run things. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Shalom. It's good to see you. Good to see you all. So, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time available. And normally I do my videos. Today, the videos really won't be coming out so much. So, but I am going to do this live stream. And then we'll get back on track later on. So what I'll do is I'll get some videos out this evening and they'll be released for tomorrow. And, starting at midnight on, you will see that. I'm just caught up with a lot of things concerning my aunt today. So, but everything will go back on track as usual. So, ladies and gentlemen, America is in dire trouble economically, and we know they're short on labor, and the supply chain is also very short. So I'm not going to read everything on screen, but I will go over what's going on in New York. Okay. And everybody, I don't know what these folks are thinking. But what they're doing is going to tank everything. And I think we know, this country is on its way out. They were given a deadline for rulership. That deadline is done. So let's just talk about what's happening here. So let me see if this article has come up yet. Okay, it did. It did. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen and then we'll get into this whole thing because you're going to see this, ladies and gentlemen, repeated all over America. You are going to see this, unfortunately. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1. Okay. Thank you so much for giving me the 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one moment. I just got to grab one of my phones. Okay. Got it. Okay, let's take a look at this article. New York just declared a state of emergency as vaccine mandate chaos looms. Now, this is what New York did. They did the same thing in New Jersey and multiple states around the US. They have given healthcare workers a deadline to get the jab seen. And if they don't get it, they are going to be terminated. So the deadline in New York will arrive on Monday. And as it's, at this very moment, tens of thousands of hospital workers never got it. And this is going to be repeated all over the country, ladies and gentlemen. Their threats, them talking about unvaccinated people, beating that dead horse all over mainstream news is not changing hearts and minds in America. Number one, they don't know how to talk to people. Number two, they have never learned how to lead people. Let's be real. It's been 500 years of pure hell. They don't know how to lead people, never learned how to do it in 500 years. And as you can see, they don't know what the hell they're doing even now. And you notice how when all of the news came out last year of how America was last in the entire world, you notice how they got that quickly out of the news. That's still happening. And you can still see the articles out here. America's not doing any better now than it did a year ago. But they conveniently took that out of the news. Now, this is about to happen in multiple states. New York is just such a big location. How do you hide something like this? You can't. Now, the healthcare system in America is already far too short on labor as we speak. Do you know they're going through a PPE shortage again? They are short on supplies again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if they fire this amount of people, tens of thousands, you're going to collapse the entire healthcare system in America. That's what you're going to do. So, since they're hell-bent on leading without a brain, because you can't have a brain to do something like this, you couldn't possibly have one. So, since they're hell-bent on leading like this, ladies and gentlemen, you better start looking for alternatives when it comes down to your health. Because this move of terminating thousands and thousands of people all at once, you know damn well you're not going to get people to fill in. Chances are the people that will come to try to fill these positions, they're not going to have the jab either. So what you going to do then? This is insane for this country to be making this kind of move. This is absolutely insane. But this is what they're doing in states all across America. It makes no common sense. Okay? So we're going to have to prepare. What's going to happen if it collapses and many of our brothers and sisters got health issues? This is going to impact surgeries. I want y'all to pay attention. Yes, you may say, well, let it collapse. Okay, but what about our Hebrew brothers and sisters that got handicaps, heart problems? They need surgeries. Some people got children that have a lot of health problems. So it's easier said than done. But yes, this place eventually is going to fully collapse. But the way these people are running things is going to be 100% accelerated. So if you got people in your life, your mother, your sisters, brothers, fathers, husbands, wives, what alternatives do you have? Because you better start thinking about that real fast. You better start thinking fast. You may be waiting months to get an appointment. Do you realize that? You may have a health issue and you may not get in to see somebody for months. So it's not just about them. It's about us too when it comes down to this system. So they're going to put everybody's life into chaos over this thing. It's not going to work. This governor is like, well, tens of thousands are going to have to be terminated. We're going to need replacements. You know how hard it is to get people into jobs. Have you been paying attention to the labor shortage? Have you been paying attention to the great resignation? The few people that you got left are going to resign. What do you want them to do? They can only do so much. That's what it's going to do. They're going to end up letting all these people go. And then the few people they got left, they going to walk the hell out and leave. That's the effect that it's going to have. It's not going to have the effect that they think. So it is time for us to get things in order for real. For real. Because these stupid people that are in charge are about to make life hard for all of us. And we know healthcare is not the only industry that they are enforcing this in. They are doing this in other industries. Every single industry in America is shorthanded right now. Every single one. And they are trying to pull this thing in every industry. You want to collapse the whole country. So, sit back and grab the popcorn, but have a backup plan. That's all I'm saying. If you want to grab the popcorn, go right ahead and grab it. Start thinking about your backup plan for your health. That's exactly what you're going to have to do. They are letting people in all industries go. This is going to be a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And see, they're under this impression that this vaccine is the holy grail. And that's what they're acting like. They're acting like this is the holy grail for real. And the sensible thing is to try to contain it. If you see it spiraling out of control, it is about containing it. So their whole thought process is in the toilet right now. It's in the toilet for real. Okay? We got people that got all kinds of issues in our community. You may not see it as a problem now, but if this thing happens in the country, it's going to be a huge problem on everybody. And it just seems to me these folks, from March 2020 to September 2021, all they know how to do is make more problems. That's what they know how to do. They know how to make more problems. They sure haven't made it better at all. And that's the truth. Thank you, Charjay, for the super chat. All about control, and they still don't have any. Don't fret. The Most High got us. Yes, he does. Sharon Compton, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. So just think about it, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, some of you may need prescriptions, and there's going to be a delay in getting your prescriptions if they let the amount of people go that they're talking about, especially for my New Yorkers that are my subscribers. So please just try to come up with another plan just in case you may need meds refilled and you don't have access to a doctor or nurse that can give you that script. I want you to think about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to keep you long. I just wanted to discuss what was going on up in New York and how it's going to impact us. And I just don't see no good coming from this. I really, truly don't. And the people that they think are going to replace, they're not going to get the people that they think stepping up. And all you're going to do is see New York begging every single day for people to come there and help. That's what's going to end up happening. And you saw that happened last year, and they didn't fire a bunch of people, okay? And that happened last year. They were begging, Cuomo was begging for people to come into New York and help. So you're going to see that all over again. And I'm just telling you, people are not going to come the way that they think. I mean, why do you think every single day you have seen all kinds of businesses talking about no applicants are coming in to apply for the jobs they got available? You think that's going to stop overnight? You think that's going to stop when they make this move? Of course it won't. Of course it won't. So we'll see what they'll do. We'll see if they'll move ahead and fire tens of thousands of people, or they'll put this thing on delay. Okay. Or they'll put it on delay. But we will see how they do it. Or they'll come up with a plan where they'll do so many at a time instead of so many at once. They could do that too. You know? And as far as I'm concerned, if you want to approach the healthcare workers, you need to approach them all with a raise, because they've been working their asses off for the last year and a half. That's what you need to approach them with. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll definitely come back at another time and do this again. Shalom, family.